Welcome back to WMUC Sports Radio. We are almost set to go here from College Park, here to watch the number 3 Maryland Terrapins host the UPenn Quakers here at CQ Stadium. Beautiful CQ Stadium here in College Park, Maryland. My name is Andy Parr, here tonight for you over my spring break, coming back to the lovely town of College Park to call some college lacrosse. Not too often that you get the opportunity to see a top 3 team in the nation, so always got to take advantage of those chances. Just receiving your starting lineups today. In goal, as expected for Maryland, it's going to be J.J. Suriano. And then for UPenn, making yet another start for the Quakers, it's going to be Orly Sidransk. She has been in goal for all 7 of UPenn's games so far this season. Nothing so far for her backup, Maya Farnan, in this 2026 campaign. As for the rest of your starters for Maryland, you have Kristen Shanahan, then Kayla Gilmore, Keely Block, the former UPenn Quaker, now playing for the Terps, is also in the starting lineup. Lauren LaPointe, Annabelle Schaefer, Corey Edmondson, Maddie Sterling, Neva Farrell, Jordan Lipkin, Lexi Dupac, and your last one's going to be Lila Ngrilli. And then, for the UPenn Quakers, you have Olivia Comerford, Catherine Berkery, their leading goal and point scorer, Patricia Columbia Walsh, Millie Bartlett, Lely King, Maggie Benkowski, Claire Ruff, Mary Sack, Sydney Patton, Reagan O'Brien, Natasha Yajada, and then again in goal, Orly Sidransk. So we are now at 15 minutes on the clock in College Park. We should be getting to go relatively shortly. Coming into this game, the Terps, number 3 in the country, off to an 8-0 start this season, just picked up their first conference win of 2026 in their most recent matchup, beating the Oregon Ducks 15-7 on the road on last Saturday, Pi Day, March 14th. Terps are 2-0 against the top 25 to start this season. Then on the other side, UPenn, they are in the others with votes category in the most recent rankings, currently sitting at 3-4 with a 1-0 record in Ivy League play. And despite being 1-3 against top 25 competition, on Sunday, March 15th, they played number 22 Georgetown on the road and picked up an 11-10 upset victory to get their first ranked win of the 2026 campaign. Should be a good one in store for us today. I'll be back in a little bit after the national anthem for first quarter coverage. All right, that'll conclude the national anthem here in College Park, and we are just about ready to go from CQ Stadium to watch the number 3 Terps host the UPenn Quakers. Once again, my name is Andy Parr, here tonight for you on WMUC Sports Radio here during the UMD spring break. UPenn tonight is going to be wearing navy blue jerseys, traveling from left to right. Maryland going all white with red numbers, going from right to left. Both teams in their pregame huddles just getting ready to go here. A little bit of a sparsely attended crowd here at CQ Stadium for tonight's festivities, at least from what I can see on one half of the stadium. Terps are ready to go. Quakers still in their huddle. Quakers being coached by Karen Brower. She's in her 27th season as the head of UPenn's lacrosse program. Kathy Reese in her 20th season with UMD. A couple of long-tenured, big-time women's lacrosse coaches going at it today. Terps and Quakers with a little bit of recent history against each other. UPenn's actually on a 3-matchup winning streak, including their most recent game coming last year in the second round of the NCAA tournament, where the Quakers knocked out Maryland. Keely Block, who is starting for the Terps today and now a Maryland Terrapin, played for UPenn at the time, and she downed her now college team. So a bit of a homecoming game for her, now at her new home venue. Both teams now getting set on the field. J.J. Suriano going into her net. Orly Sadransk taking a little bit longer to walk over to hers. Almost set here at midfield. We got Maggie Benkowski out there for UPenn and Kayla Gilmore for the Terps. Referees give the signal. Ball's getting ready. Two of them going for the face-off. And we are nearly there. And we are now underway with some late-night lacrosse here for you from College Park. Terps with possession off the draw. Maryland going into the offensive zone with Edmondson. Edmondson, nice pass there. She's got a teammate, that one Keely Block. Block trying to get the offense set early. Behind the net, Maryland trying to set things up now. Pass out in front, long-range shot there is faked by Gilmore. She'll swing it out to Block. Block sending it around the net again. Terps looking good in their first 6-on-6 attempt. On the outside, Edmondson. Across for Block. Block looking for a passing lane. She's got one behind the net. This is Shanahan. Shanahan looking for a teammate. Finally gets a pass off there to LaPointe. LaPointe fakes a shot and then loses the ball, and now UPenn's out the other way trying to break out. That pass a little bit offline, rolling out of bounds. Possession will go Maryland's way. This is Major. Kennedy Major out there for the Terps. Major, a long stretch pass there. She's able to find Gilmore. Gilmore now over the 25-yard line. Will swing it out to the outside for Edmondson as the Terps get ready again. One pass there, Shanahan. Shanahan chooses to go behind the net. Maryland setting up the offense, a couple of rotations. Shanahan has it behind the cage. Shanahan looking for a passing lane. Finally has one on the outside. Back up to the point. This is Edmondson. Edmondson trying to find some space inside. Going to the far side. She'll have to send it around the net again. Terps trying to find open shots. They'll take one right there. Hard shot there coming from Lauren LaPointe. She rips it wide. Possession stays with Maryland. Terps still working with 30 seconds on the shot clock. Shot there, score! Lauren LaPointe, Maryland's leading goal scorer, first one on the board, her 29th of the season, and call it 40 points for number 8 in white. The junior attacker breaks the ice here in College Park. Great move there from LaPointe. She just found some open space between the UPenn defense. She got into a one-on-one situation against Claire Ruff. She made Ruff take the first move. LaPointe takes her shot and beats Orly Sadransk on the far side to put the Terps on top 1-0. Benkowski and Gilmore getting set for another face-off at the big red M in center. That goal coming at 13:09 of the first quarter. Getting set for the face-off here. Maryland controlled the first time out. Refs give the signal for play, and Maryland has control again with Gilmore. Gilmore will take it into her defensive side. Maryland's going to go the long way out this time. This is Annabelle Schaefer. Schaefer, a long pass there, and she's got a friendly stick. Coming into the offensive zone, that was Dupac. Maryland already back into an offensive attack mindset. Shanahan here. Shanahan feeding it inside. No shot there. Then one more. Quick trigger there off the pass. Corey Edmondson rips it wide. Maryland will keep possession here. Kayla Gilmore slowing things down for the Terps. Now behind the net with the ball, that was Lipkin. Lipkin feeding it out for Edmondson. It bounced on the ground a couple of times. She's got it back. Maryland getting set up again. Around the side, trying to cut inside right there was Shanahan. She couldn't quite do it. Shanahan instead passes it inside. Score! 2 for 2 there. This time it's Keely Block striking against her former squad. 13th goal of the season for Maryland's number 6. The former UPenn Quaker scorns her former team on that one. Great pass from behind the net by Christian Shanahan. And Keely Block with the finish in tight and tossing the stick in celebration. Going high corner right over Sadransk. 2-0 Terps. And we're not even 3 minutes old here in College Park. 12:20 left in the first quarter. Shots on goal currently 4-0 in favor of Maryland. Neither team with a save thus far. Getting set for another face-off at the M at the 50. Maryland 2 for 2 gaining possession off the draw so far. And make it 3 for 3. This is Edmondson. Edmondson picking up speed at the 30. Down to the 25, down to the 20. Edmondson setting up the offensive zone. She passes it off, and Maryland's right back in business on the offensive end. This is Shanahan. Kristen Shanahan swings it to the outside. One more pass up for Edmondson. Edmondson will go further out to Miller. Behind the net, they're still going. Shanahan, one more pass in front. Loose for LaPointe. LaPointe ends up with it on the far side. Back behind the net, Maryland. Still very dangerous here. Only a minute left on the shot clock. Edmondson sending it back out. Long-range pass for Miller. She's got somebody behind the net there. One more pass. Maryland still cooking hard right now. Edmondson creeping in. Edmondson fakes the shot a couple of times. Edmondson goes back for Miller. Miller across for Block. Block, who just scored for the Terps, looking for more. Block trying to cut inside. She's forced out. Tries to pass it in one more time. She's got it back. Block across. Edmondson fakes. Edmondson sends it back outside for Miller. Miller creeping in. Miller, one more pass Edmondson. Edmondson looking for the lane, trying to cut inside. She chooses the pass instead. Shanahan trying to set it up with 13 on the shot clock. In front, saved by Sadransk. Good stop there. Maryland with the recovery, though. Reset the shot clock to 60. This is LaPointe. Back out once again to Shanahan. Shanahan for LaPointe. Back to Shanahan. Shanahan trying to cut in front to Sadransk. Shanahan taking off the lane there. One pass inside. Score! Another goal for the Terps. Lexi Dupac, the junior midfielder, makes it 3. Terps have not gone scoreless on a possession so far. Out shooting the Quakers 5-0 to start. The number 3 team in the country is looking every part of it. 3-0 Terps on top. Not even 5 minutes old here in the first quarter. Beautiful pass again from Kristen Shanahan. That'll likely be her second assist of the game. Yep, it's already been updated on the score sheet. Up to 2 apples today for Kristen Shanahan. as we take a media timeout here in College Park. Both teams are breaking their huddles now. So far, all Terps here in College Park for this Thursday night matchup between Maryland and UPenn. 3-0 Terps in this one, 10:39 remaining in the first quarter. And looking at these stats, I guess it shouldn't be too surprising that the Terps have an advantage early. UPenn's been outscored by 3 in the first quarter in all their games so far this season. The Terps have outscored their opponents by 21. So Maryland doing more of what they're used to so far to start this one. UPenn still yet to get a clean possession out of their defensive end. Terps 3 for 3 taking the face-offs from the Quakers so far and have converted all 3 times. Sadransk has 1 save so far. Maryland with 6 shots and 3 goals. Getting set up for the face-off here. As I just said, Maryland 3 for 3 gaining possession off the draw so far. Quakers looking to change that on this one. Ready for play signal has been given, and the Terps make it 4 for 4. Corey Edmondson with the ball. Edmondson back over the 50. She's at the 40. At the 35. Edmondson being forced to the sideline, picks up the loose ball there and is able to pass it off to a teammate. She found Maddie Sterling. Sterling swings it outside. Terps are back in business in the offensive zone. This is Dupac who just scored. Maryland setting up the offense here. Edmondson fakes. Now just outside the arc. She'll send it down low to Shanahan. Shanahan at the side of the cage. Stoppage here. Looks like Shanahan's going to get a free hit from just outside the circle. Shanahan one-on-one against Sadransk here. Shanahan getting ready. Sadransk gets the ready from the official. Shanahan picks the ball back up. UPenn in position. Terps are as well. Shanahan takes the shot. Score! Kristen Shanahan make it 4. Terps all over the Quakers in this one so far. Make that 33 points this year for Kristen Shanahan, her 14th goal of the season. Another big one right there off the free shot. She beats Sadransk on the low end. Sadransk tried to cover up the 5-hole with her big stick. Wasn't able to do it in time as Shanahan bounces that ball between the legs and into the cage. 9:39 left here in the first quarter of play. Terps on top 4-0. Number 3 team in the country living up to their resume so far. And my apologies, that was Shanahan's 20th of the season. I was looking at her assist column when I was making that update. Another face-off here. Terps 4 for 4 gaining possession off the draw so far. Let's see if they'll make it 5 for 5 or if UPenn can get some offense going on this one. Quakers with possession off the draw. They're finally in business on the offensive side. Running in with speed, this is Welch. Welch trying to set up the UPenn offense here. They get it behind the net. Behind the net here, this is Berkery. Berkery with a long pass to the outside. UPenn still in business here. Behind the net, it's picked up again by the Quakers. Really small numbers from up here in the press box on this angle. This is Leela Green. She passes it off there to O'Brien. O'Brien, one more to the outside. Trying to cut in there. That was Eden Welch again. Back up for O'Brien. O'Brien sends it out to Green. Green from just outside the arc. Now cutting inside. Green with a shot. She scores. Leela Green gets the Quakers on the scoreboard. Finally breaks the ice for UPenn. It's 4-1. 8:48 left in the first quarter. Quakers efficient on offense when they can get possession off that faceoff. That was beautifully run lacrosse right there. Great passing between Green and Welch specifically. But a good offensive setup from the Quakers on that one. And they're shooting 100% right now. Quakers and Terps getting set at the 50 once more. Officials getting ready for this face-off here. Ball is dropped. Ready for play given. Bouncing ball will go. Still loose. UPenn trying to fight for it, and they've got it. At least they did for a moment. That was picked up by Maggie Benkowski and immediately blown dead, and they're going to give possession to Maryland. Terps trying to get back here. This is Block. Keeley Block at the 20. She'll pass it down to Shanahan at the 10. Maryland trying to get the offense cooking once more here. Terps setting up. This is Abazia. Abazia sends it back outside. Terps still looking for more here. Behind the net, Shanahan. Shanahan swinging the pass out front. Loose ball there as Block couldn't quite handle it cleanly. Terps pick it back up. It's Miller. This is Abazia. Abazia send it outside Clevenger. Clevenger down low. That was LaPointe, who feeds it even lower to Shanahan, trying to get it back out in front. Nobody was home on that pass. Terps able to pick it back up, though, with Livingston. Livingston sends it outside to Block. Keeley Block, who has one goal today. Block inside Abazia. Abazia. One more Livingston. Livingston sends it behind the net for Shanahan. Shanahan cycling there with Block. Block. Behind the cage, out in front, a fake shot there, a good look for Lipkin. Lipkin sending it across. Nobody was home there. Terps pick up the loose ball once more. Shanahan trying to take a shot there with the shot clock dwindling down. It doesn't get all the way to Sadansk. And UPenn has possession here. Quakers finally get a defensive stop for the first time today, and now they're going up the field here. At her own 20, this is number 21, Claire Ruff. Ruff out to the 30, and she'll decide to go backwards once more with Green. Back over the 50 now. Here come the Quakers trying to get things set up. This is Yajada. Yajada, a long pass there. And UPenn's got it. Now they're setting up in the offensive end. This is Berkery. Their leading goal scorer passes it off to Zaremba. Now Green. Green, one touch there, ends up on the far side. Cutting inside here, one pass out to O'Brien. Back down below the net here. That was Berkery. Berkery's pass to the net front was stalled up by a couple of Terps. But it's going to turn into a free shot here for UPenn. May Zaremba getting ready to take it. The sophomore attacker for the Quakers. Takes the shot on Suriano, saved by Suriano. She scoops up that rebound, and Maryland has possession. A big stop there for JJ. Terps clearing out their defensive zone quickly, trying to get it up through neutral. This is Abazia. Abazia at the 50, facing a lot of pressure. She'll go backwards. Maryland able to maintain possession there. A good play between Abazia and O'Farrell. Now Kennedy Major over the 40 at the 30, down to the 25 at the 20. She'll circle back to the 25 once more. She leaves to Shanahan. Shanahan now speeding into the 10. She goes back behind the net. Terps getting this offense set up once more. This is Block. Keeley Block. Outside, LaPointe. LaPointe couldn't pass that one off cleanly. Abazia there to recover. Abazia sends that pass down low. Across, coming in. Shot there is not taken. Looked like a prime scoring opportunity for Jordan Lipkin. She decides not to take the shot, and it'll turn into a free shot for the Terps. Or maybe this will be a power play situation. We'll see what the exact ruling is. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Terps on top of the Quakers 4-1. Referees still holding play. And let's see, now we're finally ready to go. This is Block. And it is indeed going to be 2 minutes there, assessed to Sydney Patton. So Terps one up here for the foreseeable time being. Miller, down low. Back up for Miller. Miller getting inside on the arc, does not take the shot, goes back behind the net for another pass. Shanahan. Shanahan inside Edmondson. One more Miller. Miller goes behind the net once more. In front, they were looking for LaPointe. She couldn't pull the trigger there. Green trying to get out of her defensive end. Maryland able to get possession. Score! Kristen Shanahan, as she was falling down, able to pot another one past Sadransk, her second goal of the game. Power play strike there for the Terps. It looked like Leela Green was able to get out of defensive zone. Kristen Shanahan ends up taking it right away from Green, does a turnaround shot as she's falling down, and she puts it behind Sadransk to make it 5-1 Terps. Looked like UPenn had escaped right there. And then Kristen Shanahan takes the ball right off of Green's stick and makes it a 4-goal lead for UMD. 4:21 left here in the first quarter. Still 123 on the penalty to Patton. Getting ready for the face-off again here. Ready for play given, and it'll be Terp ball. Running with the ball right now, it's Gilmore. Gilmore will go all the way back down there to Schaefer. Schaefer trying to get over the 50 right here. Can't quite do it. She goes off to Major. Major at the 40, 35. She'll pass it down low. Terps back in the offensive end again. Still working one up for about a minute. This is Shanahan, who just scored for the Terps, goes to Block. Block cycling there with Lipkin. Currently with the ball for the Terps, it's Gilmore. Gilmore goes behind the net. One more out for Shanahan. Shanahan fakes the shot, trying to cut inside. She won't take the opportunity. Goes outside to the point with Edmondson. Edmondson with a shot. That one's blocked down in front. Never got all the way to Sadransk. That one, Olivia Comerford got in the shooting lane, and UPenn takes possession here. Quakers trying to kill out the rest of this penalty time. That was Yajada getting it to the 50 or nearby. As that ball rolls out of bounds, it'll be Terp possession. This is Miller. Miller picking up speed. Miller at the 20. Miller down to the 15, inside Edmondson. One more. Block, score! Keeley Block, 2 for 2 against her former squad. Make it 6-1 Terps here in College Park. Great play there, set up by Leah Miller, catching the Quakers in transition. Finds Edmondson at the top of the arc. Nobody standing by Keeley Block right in front of Sadransk. Block gets the pass and beats Sadransk on the low stick side. Makes it 6-1 Maryland. Just under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Number 3 Maryland really giving it to UPenn so far. Maryland 6 out of 7 controlling off the faceoff in this first quarter. UPenn is 1 for 1 when winning the draw and converting and scoring opportunities. Ready for play given. Possession goes to the Quakers. Getting into the offensive side, it's Bartlett. Millie Bartlett standing at about the 25. She'll pass it off there. That was to Grace Mutter. Now UPenn trying to get their offense set up. It was efficient the last time they were down here. This is Berkery. Berkery swings it back out to the point for O'Brien. One touch pass there with Sack. Then back out to the outside. They're getting going again. This is O'Brien. O'Brien fakes the shot from the top of the arc. She was trying to pass it down low. Will they be able to keep it in play? Yes. Or maybe not. It looked like she was able to hold the purple right there. Officials say no, and it's Maryland ball. This is Schaefer. Schaefer swings it out to Sterling. Sterling at the 30. Sterling up to the 40. Now at the 45, she'll pass it over center. Maryland's into the other side. Now at the 25, that was Livingston. Maryland setting up the offense once more here. Livingston looking for a pass. She had one with Clevenger. Terps now down low. This is Block. Block up to the arc. Back outside. One more inside shot there is blocked down. That one coming off the stick of Lauren LaPointe. It's collected by the Quakers. They send it back to the netminder Sadransk. Now UPenn picking up speed there. That was number 22, Mary Sack, back into the offensive end for the Quakers. Berkery getting things going. 1 minute left here in the first quarter. 65 seconds left on the shot clock. UPenn can take all the time they want with this possession. O'Brien. O'Brien standing at about the 20, up to the 15, down to the 10. She'll take the shot and score. Reagan O'Brien gets UPenn up to 2. Quakers 2 for 3 on sustained offensive zone possession and converting on the scoring attempts. That one, a clean shot there from Reagan O'Brien, just beating J.J. Suriano. Stood right inside the arc at about the midway point of that purple circle and ripped it on the low stick side past number 30 in white. Terps out shooting UPenn 11-3, but the Quakers scoring twice on 3 shots. 6-2 Maryland, 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Whoever gets possession here will be able to run out the rest of the time with their last offensive plays. Ready for play is given. Bouncing ball goes Maryland's way. Terps will take a little bit of time here with Sterling. At the 50, long pass there is collected up by O'Farrell. O'Farrell inside block. She's at the 15. Maryland back in business on offense. Sterling sends it down low behind the net. This is Lipkin. Lipkin with 20 seconds on the clock. She's standing at about the 2-yard line. She's going to let some time run down. Terps want to make sure they're taking the last shot. Or she might just want to run out the quarter entirely. Lipkin seems content with that choice. So after one, 6-2 in favor of the Terps here in College Park. Number 3 team in the country looking the part here on their home turf. We'll be back in about 2 minutes for the second quarter here at CQ Stadium. We are just about set for the second quarter of play here at CQ Stadium between the number 3 Maryland Terrapins and the UPenn Quakers. Terps on top, 6-2 as we enter this second quarter. Maryland gets possession and has 40 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Terps in the offensive side. Down low behind the net. Maryland with possession, it's LaPointe. LaPointe swinging it back outside. She gets it back behind the UPenn cage. LaPointe standing at the arc. She'll go to Edmondson. Edmondson getting inside. Edmondson with a shot. She scores. Corey Edmondson. It only takes 29 seconds into the second quarter. Terps on top by 5. Let's see this one more time. Corey Edmondson was standing at the arc. Realized UPenn wasn't moving around the defense too much. She was 1-on-3 at first, turned it into 1-on-none, using her legs, getting in alone on Sadransk, and she beats her on the top corner there. Getting reset in center here, right at the 50. Now Lely King taking the face-offs for UPenn after the Terps won. That was 7 out of 9 in the first quarter. Ready for play given. Bouncing ball will go towards the Quakers. UPenn has been very good when getting possession off the draw so far. This is Comerford. Comerford, long pass there. She has a teammate. It was Yajada. Yajada facing a lot of pressure from Maryland there. She has to play it out quick. She finds Green. Green at about the 35. She's up to the 30. Now up to the 25-20. 15. She'll pass it off finally. UPenn trying to get set up here. On the outside, this is Welch. Eden Welch, one pass there to Green. Green sends it back outside once more. Cutting inside with a shot there. It goes just wide of Suriano. That one coming from Regan O'Brien. UPenn still with possession and 38 seconds on the shot clock. Quakers getting set up here with Welch. Welch facing a lot of pressure there. Will pass it off. Long-range shot is faked there by Bartlett, but a yellow card has been assessed. Or sorry, flag. Oh, my goodness. Too many sports that I've been on this week. It'll be a free shot here for the Quakers. Bartlett decides not to take it. She tried to go in one-on-one. Took way too many steps. Suriano just scoops up the loose ball. Not great execution there on the free shot for the Quakers. Maryland will say thank you very much. This is Kennedy Major. Major at her own 40. Sends it to the outside for Schaefer. Annabelle Schaefer over the 50. Long pass there. She has a teammate in Kayla Gilmore. Gilmore sends it down low to Shanahan. Terps are back in the offensive end. Inside score! Right off the pass, making a hat trick for Keely Block against her former squad. Kristen Shanahan, what a feed on that one. Zero time to react if you're Sadransk. That one happened so quick I could barely see the number on the shot. Keely Block tosses the stick in celebration. She's got 3 against her former squad. And we're not even 3 minutes into the second quarter. (8-2) Terps, 12:28 left in the second quarter. Maryland outshooting the Quakers 13-4 in this one and outscoring them 8-2. Terps and Quakers getting set here. UPenn has won the last 2 face-offs. They've been good when getting possession so far. Ready for play given. This one will go Maryland's way with Gilmore. But only for a moment as they rule UPenn ball. UPenn getting set up in the offensive zone now. Quakers cycling the ball around. Green's got it on her own 25. Green looking for a passing lane or a shooting one. She's got some space. She'll take the shot and a stick save there for Suriano. She swallows it up. JJ Suriano throwing her stick into the air and catching that ball before it crosses the goal line. Maryland now coming out the other way. Schaefer, long range pass there. That one offline. Terps and Quakers fighting for it. It'll go UPenn's way with King. King over the 50. Now up to the 30. 25. 20. Now she stalls up. Passes it off. UPenn trying to get set once more. This is Berkery. Berkery outside to Welch. Welch standing at about the 20 will go back to Berkery on the goal line. Berkery up for Welch. Welch at the 20 goes to Green. Green, who's got 1 goal today, sends it outside. O'Brien. O'Brien at the 10. She has to go behind the net. That pass a little bit offline. It rolls out of bounds. And the Terps with another defensive stop there as Schaefer picks up the ball. Under 11 to play now in the second quarter. Terps win possession yet again. Schaefer, long pass there. She's able to find a teammate. It's Livingston. Livingston outside for Sterling. Sterling up to the 20. Back down to the 10. She'll go behind the net for LaPointe. LaPointe sends it outside. Back inside for Block. Looking for her 4th of the game. She decides not to shoot it. Terps still dangerous on the offensive end here. This is LaPointe going south of the goal. Lipkin. Jordan Lipkin circling around the UPenn net. She'll send it to the outside with Block. Block feeds it back down low to LaPointe. Back up for Block. Block feeds it out to Miller. Miller goes behind the net for Shanahan. Shanahan back up to the top. It's Miller. Miller outside Block. Block cycling with LaPointe. LaPointe trying to cut inside. She can't quite do it there. She has to go back out with another pass. This is Miller. Miller down south of the goal with Lipkin. Lipkin, hard pass there around Abazia. Abazia inside Livingston with a shot. She scores! Devin Livingston. Her second goal of the season right there is going to make it 9-2 Maryland. Terps were cycling so well. UPenn was stranded in their defensive end, moving all around. And Devin Livingston beats Sadransk on the shoulder side. And Terps already sniffing double digits here. 9:38 left in the second quarter as we're going to take our media time out here in College Park. Terps and Quakers both breaking their huddles here in CQ Stadium. Maryland on top 9-2 with 9:38 left in the second quarter. Terps came into this day as the number 3 team in the nation. And so far, all they've done is prove exactly why and maybe made an argument for trying to climb even higher. They have potted 9 goals on 14 shots so far. 3 of them coming from Keeley Block against her former squad that downed Maryland in the NCAA tournament last season. Terps looking for their first win in 3 tries against UPenn, trying to break up the Quakers' winning streak over Maryland in recent seasons. UPenn currently trailing by 7, trying to turn the tides here. It all starts with a face-off win if they can get one on this one with Maggie Binkowski. Terps are yet to win a draw in this second quarter. Ball is down. Official backpedaling, ready for play given. And give it to UPenn again. Binkowski picks it up. Quakers perfect on faceoff so far this quarter, but they lose the ball there. Here comes Shanahan. Shanahan trying to get a step on everybody. She'll go behind the UPenn net. Maryland setting up the offense cleanly now. Inside score! Right off the faceoff. Corey Edmondson and Kristen Shanahan teaming up on that one. Corey Edmondson, ultimately the one who puts it behind Sadransk. Terps into double digits here in the second quarter. UPenn had possession off the draw with Binkowski. She couldn't handle it for too long, though. Kristen Shanahan picks up the ball, goes behind Sadransk, finds Edmondson in front, And Corey Edmondson gets Maryland's 10th goal of the evening. Her second goal today. She's also got 1 assist. Big night so far for number 14 in white. 9:18 left here in the second quarter. Terps on top by 8. Benkowski getting set against Gilmore here. Benkowski will win it again. She lets it bounce a couple of times, and now Edmondson picks it up. Corey Edmondson down to the 25. She just scored. She's looking for more. Sends it to the outside there with Dupac. Now this is LaPointe. Lauren LaPointe looking for a pass. She's got one to the outside and now gets it back. LaPointe trying to cut in. She'll go behind the arc with Edmondson. Edmondson inside with the pass there. No shot taken by Gilmore. Gilmore takes it back outside behind the arc. Terps setting it up with Lipkin. Lipkin behind the UPenn cage. Lipkin in front. She's got a passing lane and a big save there for Sadransk on Lexi Dupac. Dupac was looking for her second goal of the game right there. Sadransk picks up her third save. UPenn now the other way. They're trying to set up the offense here. This is O'Brien. O'Brien. Long pass there. She's got one. Behind the net for UPenn. This is Lee. Lee sends it to the point with Bartlett. Bartlett cycling there. She goes out to O'Brien. O'Brien trying to get inside. She can't quite do it. Has to go behind the net. Outside. This is Bartlett. Bartlett looking for a pass or a shot. She chooses pass to O'Brien. Down to 35 seconds on the shot clock for the Quakers. O'Brien just inside the arc. Passes it off there to Sack. UPenn still dangerous. Ball currently in the possession of O'Brien just outside the arc. O'Brien cutting inside with a shot saved by Suriano. Maryland scoops up the rebound there. It's Gilmore. Another save for J.J. Suriano as she gets the ball back from Gilmore. And she'll take a long pass there as the Terps get reset. It's Sterling. A big save there for J.J. Suriano in tight. And Maryland already back in business on offense. Down low inside across. That was LaPointe who couldn't pull the trigger there. And her pass to the outside is a little overshot. And now here comes UPenn the other way. This is O'Brien just over the 30. O'Brien now at the 25. She slows down and passes it off to Berkery. UPenn was looking to catch the Terps in transition for a moment and now has to slow down and run the offense. This is Green. Green swings it out once more to Welch. Eden Welch picking up speed inside the arc. Welch cutting inside with a shot saved by a diving Suriano. Kennedy Major picks up that rebound. Make that 4 saves for JJ in cage for the Terps. We get a timeout here in College Park. We'll be back in a moment. Another great stop for J.J. Suriano to stifle the Quakers in tight. Terps and Quakers breaking up their huddles on this Thursday night in CQ Stadium. And so far in College Park, it has been all Terps, currently on top of UPenn, 10-2, with 6:10 to go in the second quarter. Maryland's going to have possession here on their own side of the field, standing at about the 36-yard line. Sterling's going to get things going once she gets ready for play. Sterling waiting for the whistle. She's got it. Sterling picking up speed. She's over the 50. Sterling is going to have to go backwards on that pass. This is Schaefer on to Maryland's offensive end. Annabelle Schaefer to the outside. She's at about the 25, now the 20. Schaefer passes it off. Terps getting going on offense here. This is Shanahan. Kristen Shanahan for LaPointe. LaPointe back outside. Long-range shot is faked there by the Terps. Now it's block. Block for Clevenger. Maisie Clevenger will go down south of the goal for Shanahan. Shanahan, who's dished the ball so well today. Outside Lipkin with a shot and a big save there for Sadransk. Kristen Shanahan, another sneaky pass right there, and Jordan Lipkin is stonewalled by Sadransk. Pass break up there by Sterling. Here comes Sterling with a 2-on-1. Sterling inside with a shot. It goes high. Kristen Shanahan able to get there first, so Maryland will maintain possession here on the offensive side. Good job there by Sterling trying to catch the Quakers in transition. She just wired her shot over the cage there. This is LaPointe. LaPointe with a shot and another one that goes wide. Maryland maintains possession once more. Under 5 to play here in the second quarter now. Terps with a minute on the shot clock. Lipkin goes behind the net for Shanahan. Shanahan out to the point there. She was looking for Abazia. That one was knocked off a couple of Quaker sticks. Loose ball in center. We'll see who comes up with it. It's going to be the Quakers. This is Comerford. Olivia Comerford will go all the way back down to her netminder, Sadransk. Sadransk standing at the top of the arc. A big pass there. She gets it all the way down to O'Brien on Maryland's 20. Great pass there from the netminder to set up the UPenn offense. They've got 70 seconds to work with. Quakers looking to set up now. This is O'Brien on the 15. O'Brien from just outside the arc goes to Green. Green trying to cut inside. She'll take a shot that goes wide. UPenn will maintain possession here. This is Columbia Walsh. Patricia Columbia Walsh is asked to get a new ball. She does just that. And we are back to play. 47 seconds on the shot clock here for the Quakers. Columbia Walsh circling around the Maryland net. Looking for a passing lane. She has Green outside the arc. Green cutting inside. Green fakes the shot. She'll go outside for O'Brien. O'Brien stops as she hears a whistle. And this is going to turn into a free shot here for the Quakers. O'Brien's got it to Suriano's left. O'Brien takes the shot and scores. Reagan O'Brien gets Penn a goal here late in the second quarter. 3:10 on the clock. The Quakers finally able to solve J.J. Suriano. She stopped him lots of times in tight this frame. That time, Reagan O'Brien able to wire a shot right over the stick on the free shot there. Terps still on top, 10-3. But Lacrosse, a big-time game of runs as we enter this March Madness season, even more so than basketball. Terps and Quakers getting set back up at the 50. 3:10 left in the second quarter. Terps on top by 7. Maryland with possession off the draw. It's Gilmore. Terps trying to break out of their defensive side. They'll do just that. This is Sterling. Sterling has to one-touch that one over to O'Farrell. And now Maryland's in the offensive end with Edmondson. Terps cycling very well in the UPenn end once more here. This is Lipkin. Lipkin swings it outside for block. Block up to Edmondson. One touch there. Still going. This is Lipkin. Lipkin sends to Shanahan. Outside Edmondson. Edmondson fakes. Now cutting inside. She can't pull the trigger, but it looks like she drew a foul on that one, and she might be getting a free shot right here. And it'll be just that. Corey Edmondson looking for the hat trick on this free shot. Edmondson gets ready. Edmondson waiting for the signal from the officials. She resets. Officials still talking a couple of things over. On top of the free shot. Yep, that's what the issue was. All right, they have adjusted it to a 2-minute penalty for Olivia Comerford. So on top of the free shot, Terps will be one up for the majority of this for the majority of the rest of this time in the quarter. Edmondson takes the shot, is saved by Sadransk. Rebound still loose in front. Sadransk jumps on top of it. And now here come the Quakers the other way. Dangerous play there for Sadransk. She was able to jump on top of her own rebound and save her defense on that one. But the Terps still one up here for another minute 38 as they're back in the offensive end with LaPointe. LaPointe with a pass outside for Shanahan. It bounces off her stick. Maryland maintains possession with Lipkin. Lipkin goes to LaPointe behind the net. Lauren LaPointe slowing things down. 67 seconds left on the shot clock and a minute 45 left in the quarter. This is Edmondson. Edmondson goes to Gilmore. Gilmore behind the net for LaPointe. LaPointe, one more pass there. It's Edmondson. Edmondson fakes the shot. She takes a stick up high. We'll go back outside with Gilmore. Gilmore goes to block. Block for LaPointe. LaPointe inside and score! What a pass there from Lauren LaPointe, finished off by Kayla Gilmore. More great offensive zone cycling from the Terps results in the 11th goal of the half. This time, it's Kayla Gilmore hitting pay dirt for the Terps. Kayla Gilmore, her 5th goal of the season on that one. Taken many of Maryland's face-offs today. They've done very well as a team in that department. And now Kayla Gilmore, who usually starts the offense with the face-off win, gets one past Sadransk to extend this Maryland lead to 11-3. Just a minute 20 left in the second quarter. Right after she scores, Gilmore getting set for a face-off here. She'll go up against Lely King. Gilmore and King getting set at the 50. Official backpedaling, ready for play given, and Gilmore, right after she scores, wins the faceoff for Maryland. Gilmore at the 40, down to the 30, 25, 20, 15. She'll pass it off down low to Shanahan. Kristen Shanahan slowing things down. Terps have enough time to separate the clock here. It's Edmondson. A minute left in the quarter and 70 seconds left on the shot clock. Edmondson goes outside for Gilmore. Gilmore down low, LaPointe. LaPointe swings it outside Lipkin. Lipkin back for Shanahan. Edmondson. Edmondson trying to cut inside the arc. She can't do it. Goes to block behind the net. Block. goes outside with LaPointe. Back for Block. Block fakes the inside move, goes out to Shanahan at the arc. Shanahan inside, one more pass there. Gilmore, another shot. She rips it wide. Terps will maintain possession as that ball rolls out of bounds behind the UPenn cage. Terps resetting here. It's Block. Block trying to get inside. She can't do it. Goes out to Edmondson. Edmondson with Gilmore. Gilmore down low. LaPointe with a shot. She misses it wide. Terps still dangerous here. Block picks up the rebound for Shanahan. Shanahan with 12 seconds left. Goes to LaPointe. Back for Shanahan. Shanahan looking for the pass. She has Edmondson. Edmondson going inside. She can't rip the shot. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Long range shot there inside. Did it beat the buzzer? They say no. One last effort there for Corey Edmondson. Put the ball behind Sadransk. But the officials say it was not in time. And both teams seem content with running to the locker room. Doesn't look like Maryland wants a second look at that one. So, as we hit halftime here in College Park, Terps on top of UPenn, 11-3. We'll be back for the second half of play in about 10 minutes here on WMUC Sports. Both teams now out of the halftime locker room here at CQ Stadium in College Park on this Thursday night. Number 3 Maryland really gave it to UPenn in the first half, currently leading the Quakers 11-3 here at CQ Stadium as we get set for this third quarter of play. Second half getting ready to go here in College Park. My name is Andy Parr, here tonight for you on WMUC Sports Radio. And the Terps, their season high for goals in a game. They've notched 17 twice this season. Once against Virginia on February 14th, and a second time against St. Joe's on February 20th. Right now they're on pace to set a new season high. We'll see if they can finish the job here and get that mark today against UPenn. And for the Quakers, the recipe's been simple for them. If they can get a possession off a faceoff, they have run the offense well. They've just struggled at the draw so far. So UPenn trying to start off this third quarter with a faceoff win. Terps looking to keep the offense rolling here in College Park. As we are just about set to go here to resume play between the Terps and the Quakers. Gilmore going up against Benkowski at the 50. Ball is down. Official backpedaling and ready for play given. Loose ball is picked up by UPenn. UPenn traveling left to right now. Maryland going right to left. For the Quakers, this is number 11, Millie Bartlett. She'll swing it back to Claire Ruff. Ruff sends it hard around the outside there. A long pass finds the stick there of Sydney Patton. Patton, now over the 50. She's on to Maryland's end of the field. Swings it down low for Zaremba. May Zaremba back into the offensive zone. Now things are getting going here for the Quakers. This is Berkery. Berkery. Back to the outside, it's Green. Green at the point. She'll swing it out once more to Lee. Lee drops it out for O'Brien. O'Brien, who has the most recent tally for the Quakers. Passes it back out once more, ends up back with the stick of Lee. Lee out for O'Brien. O'Brien fakes a shot and now swings it to the outside. Trying to creep inside there for the Quakers, it's Welch. Welch doesn't have a lane, so she goes behind the goal. Inside with a shot and a save by J.J. Suriano right there on Columbia Walsh. Patricia Columbia Walsh looking to get in tight on Suriano right there. Suriano denies her with the stick. Now this is Schaefer for the Terps over the 50. Annabelle Schaefer over the 40, now over the 30, 25-20. Schaefer sends it back down outside to Dupak. Dupak swings it around the net. It's Lipkin. Lipkin to the point with Gilmore. Gilmore down for Lipkin. Lipkin for Shanahan. Kristen Shanahan plays it outside for a point. Back to Shanahan. Shanahan outside. It's Gilmore. Back for Shanahan. Cycle it once more to Lipkin. Lipkin goes to Gilmore. Gilmore for Edmondson. Corey Edmondson. Down low LaPointe. LaPointe, Shanahan. Shanahan inside Gilmore. Gilmore cutting inside, and she can't rip the shot there. She may have drawn the penalty in the process. 12:49 left here in the third quarter. No goals for either side so far. 29 seconds left on the shot clock. And this will be a free shot here, I believe, for Kayla Gilmore. Gilmore picks up the ball. Officials going over to the score desk right now. Could be potentially more. Yep, they're going to take a review right now. Going to the instant replay tablet. We'll see if they put it on the Jumbotron here in CQ Stadium for me to give you a read on what just happened. Looked like Kayla Gilmore was getting ready to take a free shot. They might be looking to see if they want to put a penalty on top of this to Sydney Patton. If they do, it will be her second of this game. Graphic going up on the Jumbotron here in CQ. Still no replay available yet for us here. Yet again, though, that was the Terps cycling so well on offense. Getting lots of good looks there on Sadransk. Let's take one more look at this play. Now it's on the board. This is Gilmore trying to cut inside as she takes a stick in the face there from Sydney Patton. Currently showing on the board as 2 minutes. We'll see if they keep it at that. Officials still looking closely at the replay tablet here in College Park. .12:49 left here in the third quarter. Terps on top of the Quakers 11-3. Maryland will be getting at the very least a free shot here. We'll see if it turns into anything more. Officials still huddled around the tablet, really slowing down this most recent play as Kayla Gilmore was trying to cut in on Sadransk in a 1-on-3 situation. They seem to have made their decision. They're talking to the scorekeeper's desk. Now everybody's being asked to huddle up. You've got both Coach Kathy Reese and Karen Brower of UPenn getting ready to hear from the officials here. Still waiting on the official decision. They've taken the penalty off the board in stadium. Both coaches have given their piece to the officials. And it looks like we will remain at even strength, just the free shot for the Terps. And Kayla Gilmore. No additional penalty time will be given out to Patton on that play. Gilmore still with a prime scoring opportunity here. She has the right for play. Shot there, saved by Sadransk. Loose ball. Both teams fighting for it and still on the ground, bouncing a couple of times. The Quakers have it finally. It ends up with Sadransk. Sadransk, a long stretch pass there. She's got a teammate going up the field. Stalled up for a moment by Lauren LaPointe around the Maryland 30-yard line. Loose ball, dangerously in front of Maryland's cage. It's picked up by the Quakers. It's O'Brien. O'Brien out for Welch. Welch will swing it one more time to Lee. Now it's Green. Green with Berkery. Back out for Welch to Green. Back for Lee. Now O'Brien. O'Brien standing at Maryland's 20. Goes to Lee. Lee for O'Brien. O'Brien looking for a pass. She's got one. Down low it was Berkery. Now it's Columbia Walsh. Back out for Green. Green outside the arc. Green trying to cut inside with a shot. She scores. Leela Green with her second goal of the game She's provided half of the scoring for UPenn so far in this one. Quakers not going away quietly here in College Park. Cutting into Maryland's lead, it's now 11-4. First goal of the second half from either side there. Leela Green putting the Quakers just a little bit closer here after a big save from Sadransk on the other side. Back to the 50 for another face-off. Terps and Quakers vying for possession right now. Still waiting. Official backpedaling. Arm up, and we are going. Loose ball picked up by UPenn. This is Bartlett. Bartlett down to the 25. Bartlett swings it out for Sack. Sack waiting for teammates to arrive. Sack will go down low. She's got Zaremba. Zaremba out for Berkery. Berkery back to Zaremba. Zaremba will go up to the point for Welch. Welch, long pass across there. She's got a teammate there. It was O'Brien back up for Welch. That one skips over her stick, but back to recover there was Bartlett. Bartlett for O'Brien. O'Brien slowing things down. She'll go to Sack. Sack leaves to Zaremba. Back out for Sack. Sack outside the arc. Feeds O'Brien. O'Brien trying to cut inside. She can't do it. Has to pass it off once more. Now on the far side, it's Welch. Welch gets inside the arc. UPenn trying to cut inside on Suriano, down to 30 on the shot clock. On the outside here, UPenn still with it. It's O'Brien. O'Brien loses the ball there. Looks like she may have been hit up high. And this will turn into a free shot for the Quakers and Reagan O'Brien. O'Brien, who has one goal already today, getting ready for a free shot on J.J. Suriano. She decides to pass it instead. A shot, they score. Catherine Berkery, UPenn's leading goal scorer, picks up her 23rd of the season right there. Good play from Reagan O'Brien. She had the free shot, decided to pass it instead. Nobody was around Catherine Berkery. And the leading goal scorer for the Quakers in a one-on-one situation. That's something you don't want to see if you're Maryland. She beats Suriano on the high stick side. UPenn still trying to claw their way back in this one, trailing 11-5, but they have both goals in this third quarter. 10:03 left in this third frame. Face-offs now 10-7 in favor of the Terps after they started off winning 6 of the first 7. And another one is won by UPenn, but possession is given to Maryland with Edmondson. Corey Edmondson picks up the ball at about the 50. Goes out for Sterling. Sterling swings it down to Block. Keely Block, who struck 3 times tonight against her former squad. Terps still working to set up the offense here. Now they've got inside the 20. This is Clevenger. Goes out for Shanahan. Leaves to Lipkin. Back out Clevenger. Clevenger outside the arc will go to Edmondson. Edmondson still outside the arc. Leaves to LaPointe. LaPointe behind the net for Shanahan. Shanahan, who's passed it so well today, goes to LaPointe behind the cage. LaPointe trying to cut inside. Takes the shot and a save there by Sadansk. Maryland will maintain possession as that ball rolls out of bounds, but a good save there for Orly Sadransk. Back inside, Terps trying to get right back to it. So that's going to be Keely Block drawing a foul right there. Keely Block trying to get inside. She takes a stick up high Free shot upcoming for Keely Block, who already has 3 goals today. Keely Block standing just outside the purple circle on the inner arc. Block waiting for the ready for play. She's got it. She'll decide to take it out. Terps want to set the offense instead of taking the shot there. This is Gilmore. Gilmore goes down to LaPointe. LaPointe out for Lipkin. Back down to LaPointe. LaPointe sends it up for Gilmore. Back out for LaPointe. LaPointe goes behind the net there to Lipkin. Lipkin leaves to LaPointe again. LaPointe in front and a save by Sadransk. UPenn picks up the rebound there. Another good stop for Sadransk. She's really settled in this second half. Terps not able to get anything past number 99 in blue in this third quarter so far. 8.5 to play as UPenn is trying to get over the 50. And they do here with Green. On the outside here, it's Yajada. Yajada finds O'Brien. Reagan O'Brien trying to cut inside. She can't do it. Tries to pass it back outside. Dangerously rolling in center. Knee-on-knee play will keep the ball with UPenn. This is Bartlett resetting for the Quakers at about Maryland's 30. Bartlett plays it to the outside with O'Brien. Down extra low for Columbia Walsh. Columbia Walsh chooses Welch. Back out for Bartlett. One more to Sack. Back over for Bartlett. UPenn with plenty of time here, still over a minute on the shot clock. 69 seconds to be precise. Columbia Walsh standing at about the Maryland 27. Circling, waiting for teammates. Columbia Walsh finally passes it off. She's got Berkery. Catherine Berkery, who has the most recent goal for UPenn, standing at the Maryland goal line. Back outside, it's Bartlett. Bartlett goes for Sack. Back for Bartlett. Bartlett plays it back for Sack. Sack out to O'Brien. Terps doing a good job keeping UPenn on the outside. O'Brien, though, has a little bit of space. O'Brien leaves it out for Welch. Welch inside, shot, there's a score! Great passing play to break up the Maryland defense. And it's Patricia Columbia Walsh who finishes it off. UPenn. Second half team so far, they've outscored the Terps 3-0 in this third quarter. Quakers entered this frame trailing by 8. Now they're only down by 5. As we're going to take a timeout here in College Park. We'll be back in a little bit on WMUC Sports. Both teams breaking up the huddles here at CQ Stadium. Broadcasting for you tonight on WMUC Sports Radio. My name is Andy Parr. And this has turned into a bit of a good one here between the number 3 Terrapins and the UPenn Quakers. Terps look to be in full control at halftime, leading 11-3 over UPenn. But the Quakers making a lot of locker room adjustments during that halftime break. They have outscored the Terps 3-0 so far in this third quarter, and now they're only down by 5. Most recently, just scoring for UPenn off a beautiful passing play was Patricia Columbia Walsh, the team's leader in assists coming into tonight, picking up a goal for the Quakers on that play. 6:39 left here in the third quarter. Terps trying to get momentum back. UPenn trying to keep it on their side. Getting set at the 50 now. Possession off the draw goes to the Maryland. This is Schaefer. Annabelle Schaefer picking up speed. She's at the Maryland 40, 45, now over the 50 here with Sterling. Sterling gets it into the offensive end. Terps getting their right personnel into that offensive zone now. This is Edmondson. Corey Edmondson goes south of the goal for Shanahan. Leaves to Lipkin. Lipkin cycling with LaPointe. Back for Lipkin. Lipkin sends it out for Edmondson. Edmondson looking for a shot. She can't take it. Goes with the pass instead. This is LaPointe. LaPointe outside Lipkin. Lipkin down to LaPointe. LaPointe, as Lipkin is taken down, might have drawn a penalty there on UPenn as we get a whistle. 5:40 left here in the third quarter. 45 seconds left on the shot clock. And yes, it indeed will be a free shot here for Jordan Lipkin. Lipkin will take it, and she rips it high. Shanahan, though, behind the UPenn cage will keep things going. Kristen Shanahan goes to LaPointe. LaPointe back for Shanahan. Shanahan trying to cut inside. She can't do it. Has to play it out to LaPointe again. LaPointe out top. This is Edmondson. Edmondson, one move in, another. She scores. Corey Edmondson. A dipsy-do around the UPenn defense. And the Terps are finally on the board here in the third quarter. Corey Edmondson, 1-on-5 right there nearly. One move there to evade a couple of defenders. Then she splits the legs of Orly Zadransk. And the Terps finally have a strike here in the second half. 5:03 left in the third quarter. Corey Edmondson scoring her third goal of the game. She and Keely Block each with a trio of tallies here against the Quakers so far tonight. Terps finally catching pay dirt again. It had been a while for the Maryland offense to convert around Zadransk. She had been locked in to start this third quarter. UPenn with possession off the face-off here. This is Welch. Eden Welch defended there by LaPointe. Welch loses the ball for a moment. Edmondson trying to pick it up. She can't do it. And they're going to give possession to UPenn anyways. Quakers now in the offensive end with a reset shot clock. This is Green. Green goes to Welch. Back out for Lee. Lee swings it to the outside. It's O'Brien. O'Brien trying to get inside. She can't do it there. Loses the ball, and she's able to pick it back up. O'Brien goes to Green. Green, the first goal scorer for the Quakers tonight. She's got 2 of them for UPenn in this one. Goes to Lee. Back out O'Brien. O'Brien cycling there with Welch. Sends it out to Green. Green trying to get inside the arc. And can't do it there. It'll be Maryland ball as she loses it. Under 4 to play here in the third quarter. This is Schaefer. Schaefer, she's over the 50. 45-40. Schaefer now has to pass it off there. She has Sterling. Sterling carries it into Maryland's offensive end. Terps checking up. Now they've got the right personnel in the offensive zone. This is Clevenger. Clevenger goes out to Shanahan. Shanahan for LaPointe. LaPointe inside. Shot there, and it's ripped high from Emma Abazia. Terps will maintain possession. This is Shanahan. Shanahan behind the UPenn cage. Goes to LaPointe. LaPointe sends it outside the arc for Abazia. Goes to Edmondson. Edmondson down low for Lipkin. Across LaPointe. LaPointe fakes and goes to block. Keeley block, trying to cut inside. She can't take the shot there, and Green picks it up for the Quakers. Green will give it to Sadrantz to get things going again for UPenn. Long pass there. She's able to find a teammate. It's Patton. Sydney Patton gets it over neutral territory, and now into the offensive end for UPenn. This is Lee. Lee for Green. Green goes out to Welch. Welch will play it all the way behind the net for Patricia Columbia Walsh. Back out for Green. Over to Lee. Lee. O'Brien. Reagan O'Brien trying to get inside. She couldn't get around Kenny Major there and has to go to Green. Green behind the net. This is Berkery. Penalty drawn right here. Should turn into a free shot for the Quakers. My apologies, that one just resets the shot clock. This is Lee with 1:42 left in the quarter. Goes to O'Brien. Back out to Green. Green cutting inside with a shot. That one goes wide of Suriano. Nickel trying to pick up the ball there for UPenn. Now she's got it. Nickel looking for a passing lane. She goes out top. Has Welch. Eden Welch inside with a shot off the post. Rebound still dangerous. It's picked up by Lee. Lee trying to cut inside as she's falling down. She draws a penalty. Drifting below 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. J.J. Suriano with another stop there. That time she also gets to thank the post a little bit too. 1 minute on the clock. It's now frozen as the officials get everybody in position. They repump the shot clock. And now here we go. This is O'Brien. 1 minute on the shot clock, 90 seconds on the shot clock, 1 minute on the game clock. Terps lead 12-6 in the third quarter. This is O'Brien just outside the arc. Goes down low for Nickel. Nickel loses the ball. Kenny Major trying to scoop it up. She just pokes at it a couple of times, and now Edmondson's got it. Corey Edmondson, a lot of speed through neutral. Edmondson goes outside for block. Block was forced hard to the sideline. She's able to find Lipkin, though. And Lipkin can run out this quarter to get this in a prime spot for Maryland to set up the offense and to start in the fourth. And that's exactly what she's going to do. 12 seconds, 10. They're going to have about 50 seconds on the shot clock to work with, as Lipkin's going to let this run out as she's standing on the goal line. And that'll do it for the third quarter here in College Park. UPenn entered the quarter trailing by 8. They had a nice third frame. Now they only trail by 6. Terps trying to close out a win to improve to 9-0. We'll be back in about 2 minutes here on WMUC Sports. Welcome back to WMUC Sports Radio. My name is Andy Parr, here with you for the final quarter of play in College Park between the number 3 Maryland Terrapins and the visiting UPenn Quakers. Terps were in control for the entire first half, led 11-3 at halftime. UPenn clicking all the right buttons in that halftime locker room. They only trailed 12-6 entering this final quarter of play. UPenn trying to make it back-to-back wins against top 25 foes. They knocked off Georgetown on Sunday. Terps trying to improve to 9-0 and finish out an undefeated run in non-conference play. This one today, their final non-conference game of the season, as we're back to play here. This is Lipkin. Lipkin goes to Shanahan. Shanahan swings it up to the point here. Slowing things down, that was Gilmore. Goes out once more. Back up for Block. Block trying to cut inside as we get a whistle here. Seems an infraction was spotted on the inside of the arc. And it'll turn into a free shot. Gilmore getting ready to take it inside, and Zadransk with the stop there. Rebound is trying to be scooped up by either team. Corey Edmondson standing on the sideline fighting for that ball. She can't get it, but Kristen Shanahan will. Shanahan with a minute on the shot clock for the Maryland offense. Goes outside to Dupac. Down below the net, it's LaPointe. LaPointe out for Lipkin. Lipkin up for Edmondson. Edmondson fakes, then shoots and scores! Corey Edmondson has the last 2 goals in this game. Make that 4 for her tonight. Number 14 in white having one heck of a game against the Quakers here in College Park. Corey Edmondson faked the shot against Green. Green fell out of position, giving Edmondson a one-on-one chance there against Zadransk. And Edmondson ripping the shot right past Zadransk, going high in the top corner over the stick. Great shot placement there from number 14 in white. Great execution from the Maryland offense. And the Terps are up by 7 here in College Park. As mentioned earlier, Maryland's season high for goals in a game is 17. They've hit that twice this season. Once against Virginia and once against St. Joe's. Terps ball here. Maryland trying to get right back to work on offense. Behind the net, Shanahan. Goes outside LaPointe. Back behind the goal for Shanahan. Shanahan leaves to LaPointe. Back for Shanahan. Kristen Shanahan for LaPointe. LaPointe sends it up there. Fake shot. Back up for LaPointe with a shot. Saves Zadransk. She's trying to slow up that rebound and finally does. Great pass there from Dupac to set it up. UPenn getting things going again here. This is Green. Green coming in. She'll take the shot on Soriano. It goes wide. Quakers maintain possession. This is Berkery. Berkery goes to Columbia Walsh. Swings it outside to Nickel. Nickel will play it all the way out to the outside for Green. One touch there with Welch. One more for O'Brien. Now this is Welch. Back out for Green. Green cutting inside. One shot there. Nickel couldn't take the shot, and now it's picked up by Schaefer. Schaefer trying to get it out of harm's way for Maryland. She'll get it into neutral territory. Schaefer, nice pass there. She finds Abazia. Abazia up ahead. Maryland's back in the offensive side. Terps getting their right personnel in there now. Inside LaPointe. LaPointe can't take the shot cleanly as she's knocked down, losing her stick. Ball is picked up there by Lipkin. Lipkin plays it out for Abazia. Mid on the shot clock, 12 to play in the fourth. Abazia goes out for Gilmore. Back to Clevenger. Maisie Clevenger standing at the 20, trying to cut into the 15, can't do it. She's forced back outside, goes to Abazia. Back down below the goal, it's LaPointe. Lauren LaPointe goes to Shanahan. Shanahan looking for a pass. She doesn't have one cleanly. Now she'll go to LaPointe. LaPointe outside Lipkin. Lipkin back down low for LaPointe. LaPointe waiting. LaPointe will go behind the net to Shanahan. Shanahan inside. One touch there. She was looking for Lipkin. Couldn't get it. Abazia will take the shot. She rips it high. Terps will maintain possession with 10 on the shot clock. Officials halting play for a moment, and now Shanahan has it with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Abazia, she's got to rip one. She draws the penalty, though. There was 1 second on the shot clock. It looked like UPenn might escape. Abazia, great effort there to cut inside on Sadransk. And that'll avoid the shot clock violation for the Terps. And Abazia will get a free shot here. Abazia takes it and scores! Emma Abazia, a free shot there, cleanly beating Zadransk in net. And Emma Abazia picks up her 3rd goal of the season on that one. Big mistake from the Quakers. They had Maryland dead to rights with a potential shot clock violation. Emma Abazia just trying to get something on Sadransk. Instead, the Quakers take her down, give her the free shot, and Emma Abazia rips it past Sadransk as we're going to head to immediate timeout. Terps on top, 14-6 at CQ Stadium. Welcome back to WMUC Sports Radio. My name is Andy Parr here for tonight's matchup between the number 3 Maryland Terrapins and the visiting UPenn Quakers. UPenn started to build some momentum in the 3rd quarter, and it seems like the Terps have made their adjustments heading into this 4th and final frame. Terps outscoring the Quakers 2-0 so far in the 4th quarter, thanks to Corey Edmondson and Emma Abazia. Emma Abazia scoring on a free shot right before our media timeout. Getting set back at center field here in College Park under the night sky. Beautiful setting for some March lacrosse. Ready for play is given. Bouncing ball will go to the Terps. It's Gilmore. Gilmore plays it back down low. First time I get to call the name of Ingrilli tonight. Terps switching up some personnel here with a 8-goal lead and 10 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Behind the net, Shanahan. Kristen Shanahan goes to LaPointe. Lauren LaPointe looking around for a pass. LaPointe goes up top. Now down to the outside here. This is Miller. Miller loses the ball on the sideline. It is picked up there by the Quakers and Olivia Comerford. Her pass to the other side, though, is very far out of bounds. Closest one there was a Terp. Maryland possession now. This is Block. Keeley Block goes to LaPointe. Lauren LaPointe plays it down for Shanahan behind the UPenn net. Shanahan goes out for Lipkin. Lipkin, a long-range shot and a save there for Zadransk. Long rebound, bounces all the way to the 30-yard line. UPenn picks it up. Quakers headed out the other way here. Into the offensive side, that was O'Brien, plays it out for Welch. Eden Welch waiting. Welch, 1-on-2, will pass it off here. Had a teammate, it was Berkery. Goes out to O'Brien. O'Brien for Sack. Sack for Bartlett. Back to Welch. Welch chooses to go behind the net. It's Berkery. Berkery goes outside. It ends up with Welch again. Welch across for O'Brien. Reagan O'Brien trying to get inside. Can't do it there. Goes to Bartlett. Bartlett down low. She was looking for Nickel as that one bounces to J.J. Suriano. She'll scoop it up for the Terps. 8.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Terps on top 14-6 as Maryland gets possession again. This is Schaefer. Annabelle Schaefer, she's over the 50. Schaefer, pass there. She's able to find a teammate. It is LaPointe. Or sorry, that was Livingston. Now this is Block. Keeley Block. Down low to Lipkin. Lipkin circling the UPenn cage. Goes out for Edmondson. Corey Edmondson plays it outside. Ends up with Lipkin. Lipkin behind the net to Shanahan. Shanahan inside. She was looking for Block. Couldn't connect there. Edmondson picks up the loose ball in tight. Shanahan trying to poke it past Zadransk. Can't get the shot off there. Zadransk picks up the ball. Zadransk slowing things down there with Yajada. Yajada, a long pass. Gets the Quakers into neutral. Now they're on the offensive side. This is Bartlett. Bartlett. Down low, has a teammate in Berkery. Berkery goes to Columbia Walsh. Out for Nickel. Nickel sends it up to the point with O'Brien. Across Sack. Welch. Back over, it's Bartlett. Bartlett for Welch. Welch swings it to Sack. Sack chooses O'Brien. O'Brien trying to cut inside. She goes to Bartlett. Bartlett, one more pass there. Loose ball in front. It is picked up by J.J. Suriano. Under 7 to play here in the fourth quarter now. UPenn could not convert there, and now this is Sterling for the Terps. Sterling over the 30, 25-20. She'll play it down low to LaPointe. Lauren LaPointe looking for a passing lane. She's got it there. Now this is Clevenger. Clevenger for Abazia. Abazia, the most recent Terp to strike. She'll play it down for Lipkin. Lipkin finds Shanahan. Shanahan cutting inside. Shanahan trying to feed it down low. One more pass. It's taken away by the Quakers. Carrying the ball now for UPenn is Bartlett. Bartlett has to go behind her for Yajada. Yajada has a teammate on the far side in O'Brien. O'Brien now with the ball at the 25. Slowing things down at the 20. 65 seconds on the shot clock, under 6 to play in the fourth quarter. Terps on top, 14-6. UPenn with the ball here. Green goes to Lee. Back out for O'Brien. O'Brien trying to creep inside the arc. O'Brien in the arc. Takes the pass behind the net. It was in possession of Columbia Walsh as we get a whistle here. Free shot here for Patricia Columbia Walsh. Columbia Walsh takes it and scores. Patricia Columbia Walsh, her second goal of the game, first goal of the quarter for UPenn. And it's 14-7. They have halved the Maryland lead here on the free shot. J.J. Suriano defended the other corner of that cage. Patricia Columbia Walsh picks the far side. And this will be the final timeout we take here from CQ Stadium. Terps on top, 14-7, 5:10 to play in the fourth quarter. We'll be back on WMUC Sports in a minute. We're ready here for the final 5 minutes of tonight's game between the number 3 Maryland Terrapins and UPenn Quakers here in beautiful College Park, Maryland on WMUC Sports Radio. My name is Andy Parr. I've been with you for this whole game so far. Started off looking like it would be a blowout for Maryland at halftime. They were up 11-3. UPenn made it interesting in the third quarter. Maryland only led 12-6. Terps have taken some control back here in this fourth quarter. Currently lead 14-7 with 5:10 to play. Final stretch here in CQ Stadium. Face off at center field. Terps lead the face-off battle 14-8 so far, outshooting UPenn 34-17. Orly Sadransk with 10 saves to J.J. Suriano's 5, but Sadransk has faced a lot more pressure. Terps gain possession off of that face-off, and now here comes the Maryland offense again. This is Lipkin. Lipkin swinging outside LaPointe. LaPointe goes to Edmondson, back for LaPointe, inside Lipkin with a shot. She rips it high. Rolls out of bounds. It'll stay Maryland ball. This is Block. Keeley Block goes to LaPointe. LaPointe, back for Block. Block inside, she scores! Let's make it 4. Keeley Block against her former squad. Number 6 in white. Have yourself a day against your former teammates. Keeley Block, who eliminated the Terps from the NCAA tournament last season as a member of UPenn, now wearing the white, black, red, and gold, has scored 4 times against her former squad here in College Park. She and Corey Edmondson each with 4-goal efforts here at CQ Stadium tonight. 4.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Terps on top, 15-7. Ready for play given. Bouncing ball will go Maryland's way with Gilmore. Gilmore sends it outside. Had Schaefer. Now finds Sterling. Sterling gets the breakout going, and she's got Shanahan. Shanahan inside the arc. Shanahan goes low to Lipkin. Lipkin Swings it around to LaPointe. LaPointe back for Lipkin. Lipkin behind the UPenn cage goes to LaPointe. Immediately back for Lipkin. Lipkin across to the top at Shanahan. Shanahan sends it across LaPointe. LaPointe goes down. And now this is Lipkin. Lipkin inside shot there and a save for Sadransk. That time coming on Shelby Sullivan. Terps cycling in a few new names as they're in control here with under 4 to play in the fourth quarter. UPenn now out the other way. Quakers trying to salvage some offense here in College Park. This is Reagan O'Brien slowing things down. O'Brien goes to Lee, back out for Green. Over to Lee again. Lee for O'Brien. O'Brien stepping inside the arc. O'Brien will have to pass it down low there for Hertzik. Now back out up top, it's Green. Green with a shot, she scores! Even though the Quakers still trail by 7, great individual effort for Green today. That's her third goal of the contest. Leela Green put her up there with Keely Block and Corey Edmondson as the top goal scorers of this game tonight. Terps still on top 15-8, but UPenn not going away quietly here at CQ Stadium. Terps and Quakers still with 3 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Another draw at midfield. Bouncing ball will go to Gilmore. Gilmore looking for a teammate. She had Sullivan for a moment. That ball bouncing around on the ground. Gilmore trying to pick it back up. She can't do it cleanly. UPenn gets possession for a moment. Another bouncing ball. That one went around Riley McEnroe for a second. Still loose on the sideline as we get a whistle, and it's UPenn ball. .240 left in the fourth quarter. UPenn with 71 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Waiting for the whistle here in College Park, and now we get it. It's Green. Green goes down for Sack. Sack has a teammate there. Behind the net, it was Hertzik. Hertzik up top for Green. Green down low. Hertzik again. Hertzik feeding it in tight. A shot there could not be taken, and then the second effort goes in. It looked like UPenn couldn't pull the trigger there with Hertzik. Instead, it turns into a fake. They pass it out to Catherine Berkery, and she's got a 2-goal game. Make it 24 on the season for number 5 in blue. 15-9 now here in College Park. Number 3 Terps still on top over UPenn. But the Quakers with 2 goals in the last minute. Getting set again here at midfield. It's Bankowski and Gilmore. Gilmore trying to poke it forward. She can't, and now UPenn with another possession here. Quakers trying to work quickly. They've still got a chance in this one if they can work in transition. This is Berkery, who just scored for the Quakers, goes out to Hertzik. Hertzik for Lee, out to Green. Green, she's got to take a shot soon. Green with a shot, saves Suriano. Rebound loose in front. Terps fighting for it. And Suriano pounces on top of it as it rolls back into the circle. Under 2 to play here in the fourth quarter. Terps, if they're wise, can run out a lot of time using this shot clock to their advantage. Suriano goes to the outside with Schaefer. Schaefer, she's got to move it forward at least a little bit here with 64 seconds on the shot clock. Sterling approaching midfield. She's got it. Sterling into the offensive side for Maryland. Sterling leaves to Shanahan. Shanahan walking with the ball at the 22. Shanahan plays it out, down low, bounces off a couple of sticks and ends up back with Abazia. Terps content with running down the clock as much as they can. They can probably take it down to about 10 seconds. Shanahan with it around the 25, goes out to Abazia. Abazia down low, she's got Dupac. Dupac back for Abazia. Abazia, quick pass there to Clevenger. Clevenger inside, now behind the nets, LaPointe. LaPointe goes to Dupac. Dupac, Abazia has Clevenger. Clevenger, a long pass there as she just sends it way out of bounds. 18.4 seconds left. It'll be UPenn ball, but the clock is definitely not in the Quakers' favor now. Down to 13 seconds. UPenn trying to get over midfield. Long stretch pass there. Has Berkery. Berkery sends it across for Green. She can't handle it cleanly. And the clock's going to run out here as Suriano makes one more save there on Catherine Berkery. Terps win 15-9 over UPenn. Number 3, Maryland avenges their NCAA second round tournament loss from a year ago, taking down the Quakers 15-9 here in College Park, improving to 9-0, finishing undefeated in non-conference play for 2026. That loss will drop UPenn to 3-5. They're now 1-4 against top 25 competition. Next game coming up for the Quakers, they're going to look to stay undefeated in Ivy League play. They'll host Columbia on Saturday. The Terps, 1-0 in the Big Ten. Now, done with their non-conference slate. They've only got Big Ten games for the rest of this season. Next game up for the Terps will be against USC this Saturday. That game will be available on Big Ten Plus, scheduled to start at noon against the Trojans. But for all of my producers at WMUC Sports, our project leader for all things women's lacrosse, Owen Korzak, our student managers, Ryan Martin and Daniel Stein, thank you so much for tuning in today as number 3 Maryland takes down the UPenn Quakers. My name was Andy Parr. Enjoyed calling lacrosse for you. And we'll see you for whenever the next Terps broadcast is.